Girl, put an solo. The population for Malende this. Population of farmers, the farmers and this. The farmers and this way they don't remember for road where they fear army for go bush. As the Siam, the Lucam. The Malende population this way they don't remember road where they fear army for go bush. For very bad thing the way army they do for people them. The Luke population where they can't remember for roads. Yes. People don't remember for road. They need one go bush where they fear army when they look at when they see the distance.
So yeah, and what did really happen now for Malende?
The population is remember for road. Where they fear what way army they do for people them. Army they torture people, they don't sell for bush, beat people, shave all with women, they head them. Catch people, take me there, they slap them, self-10 slap, rob people them for mud, beat them with collars.
I said they take money for people.
Yes, 1,000 for settlement every day before you want to go bush. You carry Mbanga, you pay 1,000 for go carry Mbanga. One come, they assess the Mbanga, say you will pay for each bag. Now oil, 1,000 for one jug oil, cassava they pay for army. I mean, don't make people really get peace for Malende here.
So what you want them to do now?
We want to make them move them for that place in the day. They say they can't protect weed, but they instead put weed that trouble for skin. They don't make we suffer. People they fear for Malende. They let me people they start pack run for Malende because of army.
Okay.
Yes.
No.
They don't agree. Army they know they bad people. Go back was all they come out. And they go to the place. After the goal. I don't go to play. I go for my ass. I become ass. I must see the end. I want that money. No, I cannot get. The view are going to the money. Me they go back outside. They come out. Go to their land this. That boy, the boy, don't go be big people that mommy don't find them, shave their head them. See, all the boy they buy them. You go buy them, oh, thank you. Mama me. Yes, they go direct without a big cam. And when my finish do mama me any no day and enter line just to go. No, go outside and go my ass and beg. I know you for that.
Good evening, fellow Ambazonians. Happy Country Sunday for all una. And greetings to supporters and friends of Ambazonia. We're now in the month of June in 2025. Events are unraveling in Cameroon. The things that are happening in Cameroon are things that Dr. Cho Ayaba, the leader of the Ambazonian people, had predicted. The events that are shaping what's happening in Cameroon now are things that the leader has predicted. Why is this happening? These are very interesting times, not only for the Ambazonian people, but for the people of Cameroon as well. Everyone should be hopeful. Those that have used violence, murder, have used torture, have used acts of terrorism, the reign of terror of the Bias regime It's coming down. Days are counting, weeks are counting, and months are counting. The state of Cameroon will descend into complete chaos. The state of Cameroon will descend into complete chaos. There's no central structure of governance. There's no central structure of authority. Mr. Biya is no longer in charge. And the colonial prime minister is also not in charge. No one is in charge. No one is in charge. Mr. Biya is not in charge. The colonial prime minister is not in charge. The various actors are now struggling to secure strategic natural resources and assets of the state. There is a power tussle, a silent power struggle taking place within Cameroon as they prepare for an election that has already been determined and the results have already been fixed. What is coming will be unprecedented in Cameroon. This is not a rerun of 2018, where the fraud has to be justified by the constitutional court of Mr. Biya. This time around, it will be street by street, neighborhood by neighborhood, block by block. The Ambazonian strategy will take effect in the streets of Cameroon. There will be a fight. The world should prepare for it. And the people of Cameroon should prepare for it. This will not be a rerun of 2018. The times have changed. Methods are changing. The tone is changing. The population is prepared for something new. And there are underground actions that have been taken. People are preparing for what's to come. Over the weekend, due to the lack of a central authority in Cameroon, the instrument of the state of Cameroon, the intelligence services of the state of Cameroon, used their agents or intelligence operatives, and they carry out acts of terror against Ambazonians in the center region of Cameroon, near Mr. Biya's residence. Ambazonian farms were destroyed. Crops that have been harvested were burnt. Ambazonian homes were burnt. Ambazonians were harassed, beaten, tortured. Some are still in the hospital. Some have disappeared. No one knows their whereabouts. Now, let me say this. We have sent a message to the International Red Cross, and we have sent a message to international human rights organizations to investigate these acts of terrorism on the Ambazonian people, these acts of violence, this abuse, and these threats on Ambazonians that are victims of Mr. Biya's war. The only reason Ambazonians moved to Cameroon is because of Mr. Biya's atrocities, the killings, and the burning downs of Ambazonian communities in the occupied territory. They moved to Cameroon where they thought they would be safe. Now they are facing even greater threats, physical threats, economic threats, social threats, psychological threats, not only of their lives, but of their businesses and their endeavors. We want to remind Cameroon that about 1 million Cameroonese citizens that live in Ambazonia. Mr. Biya, the colonial prime minister, their minister of national security and defense, should take note that about 1 million Cameroonese that are living in Ambazonia. You are putting their lives at risk. A threat to Ambazonians living in Cameroon is a direct threat to Cameroonese living in Ambazonia. Mr. Biya created this conflict. Mr. Biya created the displacement. Mr. Biya created this cycle of violence. You created these victims. You manufactured these victims. A threat to their security and their lives in Cameroon is a direct threat to the lives of the 1 million Camerooners living in Ambazonia. You don't want to go down that path. You will not be able to control and contain the spread of your violence. These are victims of your war. We are warning the international community to pay attention to these things. Not only to hold Mr. Biya accountable, but to hold the Cameroon state security accountable. To hold the Cameroon Minister of National Security accountable. To hold the Cameroon Minister of Defense accountable. To hold those who said they are in charge accountable. If not, Mr. Biya will trigger something. These are victims of Mr. Biya's war. They have no homes. Their villages have been burned down, communities burned down, their homes burned down. And victims will always seek for avenues for revenge as a means to seek for justice. We must understand the psychology of how these things are created and how they always end up. We are warning the state of Cameroon. There are 1 million Camerooners living in Ambazonia. You are putting their lives directly at risk. Your acts of terror on the Ambazonian people living in Cameroon put the Camerooners at risk in Ambazonia. You don't want to go down that path. You won't be able to contain the violence once it starts. You won't be able to. The ethnic clash would implode the state of Cameroon. You won't be able to contain it. Also, over the weekend, the political situation in Cameroon is very unstable. Mr. Maurice Kamto just got back to Cameroon from France. He was in France to mobilize the Cameroonese people in the diaspora to prepare for political change and political transition. Maurice Kamto is following the exact same playbook he used in 2018. And we applaud the Kamto and the rest for trying to use peaceful means to settle a political problem. But you cannot use peaceful means to settle a political problem in a system that is built on violence. You can use peaceful means to settle a political problem or create a political transition in a system that has been militarized. And the use of force is their first choice of response. So the people of Cameroon have to rethink their political strategy as to how they can create a political transition. Ambazonia's strategic defeat of Cameroon has created a political vacuum in Cameroon. Mr. Biya does not want peace. Mr. Biya does not want negotiations to end the conflict. They are playing with time. They are playing delayed games. They are showing interest but are reluctant to commit. On a weekly basis, they are moving diplomats and sending emissaries from Yaoundé to Oslo, from Yaoundé to Canada, from Canada to Oslo, from Oslo back to Yaoundé, to have continuous discussions with the leader. They are all buying for time. Because a public commitment to Mr. Biya means capitulation. Because a public commitment to Mr. Biya, a commitment to negotiation means capitulation. A commitment to negotiation means I've publicly accepted defeat. And I don't want to be seen as a weak man. Dialogue is not weakness, it's courage. A negotiated settlement to end a conflict is not weakness. That's intelligence. That's being smart. That's being clever. The reluctance to engage, the reluctance to commit, it's what makes you a coward. Because you've lost the war. Cameroon is disintegrating. You've crumbled the economy. Cameroon is splinting. CPDM itself has fractured. So the best thing to do, how smart people solve problems, confront problems, is to acknowledge that if I don't take decisive actions now, we could lose the country. If Mr. Biya wants a legacy or hope for any legacy, or the only thing he will be remembered for is to find the courage and the humility for a negotiated settlement to end this conflict. That's what courage is. Until the government of Cameroon comes to its senses and realize that peace talks, a negotiated settlement, is for the greater benefit to the state of Cameroon. It is for the interest of Cameroon. It is to secure a peaceful, stable future for the state of Cameroon and for the people of Cameroon. Because there will be no political transition in Cameroon without the resolution of this conflict. There will be no peaceful, safe elections in Cameroon without the resolution of this conflict. For Cameroon to have peace and stability, there must be justice and freedom for the Ambazonian people. Without justice and freedom for the Ambazonian people, and to bring this conflict to an end and end the suffering of the people of Ambazonia and the people of Cameroon, Cameroon itself would disintegrate. They know it. This is what Dr. Cho has warned them. There will be no peace and stability in Cameroon without justice and freedom for the Ambazonian people. They know it. So it's a smart thing for Cameroon to do. If Mr. Biya wants to be remembered for anything, because a negotiated settlement is the only hope he has for a legacy. Let me say this to the people of Cameroon. The mega resources, the money that Mr. Biya is going around the world to borrow, now being used for the war. So you are being deprived of basic social services which a government is supposed to provide to its own citizens. Basic social services like drinking water. People in Yaoundé don't have drinking water. You don't even have reliable electricity supply. Your children don't go to good schools. They go to broken schools, run-down schools. Look at the roads. Look at your markets. Women go to hospitals to give birth. How are the conditions? You still have 14th century social infrastructures. Look at the type of universities. You don't even have roads. They can't clear the garbage on the streets because the mega resources, the little money that they borrow from France and other international institutions, they are all using that money for the war, which is a political strategy to justify the unjustifiable, to explain the inexplicable. They are stealing your destiny away from you. They are stealing your children's destiny. They're stealing from your quality of life. They're stealing from what you deserve. Just to keep Mr. Biya in power, to justify the unjustifiable and explain the inexplicable. The war, it's a political strategy for Mr. Biya to justify why he should remain in power. They are stealing from your destiny. They are stealing from your future. They are stealing from what you deserve. You have a chance. You have a chance. You need courage and you need to show confidence to say you've had enough. This must come to an end. Maurice Kamto was prevented from addressing the people of Douala. They eventually let him. But they imposed a 2-day ban on all motorbikes to prevent the people of Douala from going to the rally. Now, these are people that are saying that they are conducting a presidential election. When they prevent politicians from holding rallies, when they prevent politicians from holding public rallies, public events, to share the idea as to what the future holds. Now, let me say this to Maurice Kamto. You don't have a position on the resolution of the Ambazonian conflict. And anyone in Cameroon that does not have a public position to say, if elected, my first priority is to resolve this conflict by addressing the root causes of the conflict, you have failed. Smart Cameroonese politicians should take political advantage of the conflict, project themselves as people that are interested in the resolution of the conflict. Mr. Biya is reluctant. Mr. Biya is unwilling. So make political capital out of it. Maybe some of you, maybe we should be consultant. This is just a joke. All right? Just saying this with tongue and cheek. You need help to be able to craft your message in a way that it will grab the attention of the Cameroonese people and bind them into the mission. OC is the same. OC said, hey, you elect me, and within 100 days, I'm going to resolve the conflict. But OC has no position. What is your position on the conflict? How are you going to resolve the conflict? 100 days to resolve the conflict. In what way? Define the conflict. Define the conflict, and what will be your political strategy in resolving that conflict? You're going to resolve the conflict as what? You see Ambazonia as what? Are you going to be a partner for peace, for justice, to address the root causes? Or are you going to play the same political games of Cameroon is one and indivisible? Then your conversation is a non-starter. The same with Mr. Muna. The Camerooners must show level of seriousness. And you must take the Ambazonian people serious. Because you're dealing with a new generation. The status quo can no longer exist. And Ambazonia must be treated with a level of seriousness and consequentiality. And you cannot use Ambazonia as a political pawn, as a political bargain. There must be level of seriousness that demonstrate pure intention and respect of the territorial integrity of Ambazonia as a separate entity according to Canada pre-talks. As a separate entity that came into a union that ended in 1972. That will be the basis of the discussions. Anything that's short of that is a non-event. Today, there are reports that Maurice Kamto, who was placed under house arrest, has been arrested by Cameroon security forces. Let's first of all play the video of the lawyer, an Ambazonian lawyer, explaining the collapse of the occupation governance and the extortion that is going on across Ambazonia, being carried out by Cameroon security, intelligence forces, and military. Let's listen to the lawyer first.
The money was taken from someone's phone. School fees. Student of Landmark University. The parents had sent had momoed his fees. At Semil, 300,000 was withdrawn. And you expect people to sit quiet. We have recovered monies from Semil, 300,000 francs. In fact, the governor, the procurator were all aware. Was even the governor who asked that the man of Semil should leave the security meeting and go back to his office and ensure that that money is produced. The money was taken from someone's phone. School fees. Student of Landmark University. The parents had sent had momoed his fees. At Semil, 300,000 was withdrawn. And you expect people to sit quiet. Okay, we managed to recover the money and stayed quiet. We did not go to the press. We did not show the identity of the perpetrators. But I can tell you, I was there myself and got the money. Semil. And it's not the first time. As I'm talking, the same Semi has another matter that the Procureur General, who is so inundated with cases from Semi, send that matter to Legion for investigation. Semi has a mandate to deal with military morale and nothing to do with civilians. In fact, if a civilian is caught in an offense, whatever, you send to the competent body for investigation. They don't have the capacity to deal with civilians. They don't have that capacity. But now and then, everywhere, Semi. It's shocking that even some lawyers go and report civil matters to Semi because they are looking for short form of justice. A short form of justice is intimidation. I will detain you. I will use a machete and beat you, and you will produce the money. But at the same time, you are not even working for the state because the money you take, you put in your pocket. Why is it only perpetrated in this part of the country? I go to Yaoundé and Douala, I don't see these things happening. What have we done to deserve all of this? How do we end the conflict when every day injustice is perpetrated on the youth? Of course, they cannot come to me because they know me, but many others are suffering on daily basis.
Not be treating another Anglophone. It's not even a matter of Anglophone, Francophone. You don't treat Cameroonians like that. Somebody has 321,000 in his phone. You withdraw 370,000 and abandon him in Douala. I had to be called to leave Boya to come and fight for them. Is that normal? It's not normal. We have to stop this. You are disgracing this country. You are disgracing the head of state. We cannot accept this.
These are all consequences and effects of the collapse of the occupation system of governance. A police officer now has absolute authority. They do whatever they want. A person in military carrying a gun is now a god in Ambazonia. A bee, a gendarme, they feel like they are demigods, they are power gods because they carry guns. Their salary is 42,000 francs per month. They can't pay their bills, they can't eat, there are no allowances. So now they resort to extortion for their own existence. Because there's no accountability. There's no discipline. There's no command and control. That's why they have become kidnappers in Ambazonia. Creating rings. Kidnapping for ransom. They have become thieves and extortionists. These are all consequences of the collapse of the occupation governance system. The collapse of institutions because of Ambazonian strategic defeat of Cameroon. Let's take a look at the videos that emerged over the weekend during Maurice Kamto rally in Douala.
Allez-y. lois et les règlements. Lorsque l'autorité a pris une décision, chacun d'entre vous a pris acte de la note préfectorale.
Naturellement.
Le message est clair et je ne veux pas être long. Il n'y aura pas de réunion au siège du MSC ce jour. Il va vous recevoir là où il est hébergé. C'est ce qu'on vous a dit. Ça, je suis même déjà devant le siège. Je communiquais vous.
Vous avez suivi? On nous demande de partir. Hein?
Donc, comme je l'ai dit, c'est le délégué général qui a fait. Il n'y a pas de négociation dans ce message. Il n'y a pas d'interprétation. Le leader politique va vous recevoir là où il est hébergé. Voilà ce que l'autorité administrative a décidé. Donc, si on ne vous a pas dit, le message est clair parce qu'on sait que beaucoup n'ont pas eu la bonne information. C'est normal. Mais comme vous êtes déjà là, le message est clair. Il n'y aura pas de réunion ici.
So, the reclusive, frail, and fragile colonial dictator, can Mr. Biya go to the public and hold a rally? At the age of 92, he's seeking re-election for a new 7-year term. Let him go to the public and hold a rally like Maurice Kamto is doing. He can't. Because for 42 years, he has nothing to offer the people of Cameroon. We informed all of you last week. Change will come within the neighborhoods, within the blocks. The people are ready. And the leader will emerge. There is a leader in the streets of Bafoussam, in the neighborhoods of Douala, and that leader is not Maurice Kamto, it's not Akire Muna, it's not Joshua Osi. And the leader will emerge, who will mobilize the people of Cameroon and drive a new vision, a new agenda that ends the reign of the Bias era. There is a leader within the crowd, a young man, a young woman who understand, who has the charisma, who is going to be like Dr. Cho Ayaba, will emerge in Cameroon to stand up and defend the interests of the people of Cameroon. They deserve better, and that's what they deserve. Now for us, the Ambazonian people, through your courage, through your bravery, you've done well. Collectively, through a combination of the various strategies we've put in place, the tenacity and the defiance of our people, you've earned the admiration of the world. You've crumbled the occupation system, dismantled occupation governance. There's now a security vacuum that has been created in Ambazonia. because of Ambazonia's strategic defeat of Cameroon. Don't wait for the international community. Don't wait for Norway. Don't wait for Canada. Don't wait for Mr. Trump. If we can fight and defeat Cameroon, dismantle the occupation governance system, then now is the appropriate time for Ambazonian generals, for Ambazonian commanders. This is the appropriate time to start the process of consolidating the ground. This is the time. The mistake we are making is to defeat Cameroon, then sit and be waiting for the international community to find means and processes of pressure, persuasion, and leverage to notch Mr. Biya, to notch a reluctant Mr. Biya who is ashamed and afraid and reluctant to commit to a negotiated settlement. That's a mistake. What if it takes 2 years from now? How many more villages will be burned? How many more Ambazonians will be killed? How many more women will be raped? How many more businesses will be destroyed? How many more massacres will be committed in Ambazonia? By the occupying thugs? There is a consequence. There are effects because we sit and wait. It's almost like we've defeated Cameroon, so now we can chill and relax. Chill and relax, and somebody's going to come and take your furniture. Sit and relax, and somebody's going to come and claim your house. You don't defeat the occupier and then you sit and relax. Then what was the purpose of fighting in the first place? Were you fighting to sit and relax? Or you were fighting to make sure that you build institutions and create power for the Ambazonian people? The Norwegian Refugee Council has warned you, warned the people of Cameroon, and warned the international community. The conflict Mr. Biya created is the most neglected conflict in the world. It's now at the top, #1 most neglected conflict. It's up to us. If it's meant to be, it's up to us. Whatever happens, it's up to us. It's not up to Cameroon. It's not up to the international system. It's up to you and I. It's up to all of us. It's up to what we do now. And this is the time. This is a war of attrition. It takes two to tango. For there to be a negotiated settlement, the Cameroon, the reluctant and unwilling Mr. Biya, and the colonial prime minister, who's only interested in political propaganda and political games, they must have serious. They must show seriousness. John Gute is not serious. Because he's afraid of Ngongo. He's afraid of the Minister of National Defense and Security. He's afraid of Minister of the Minister of Communication. He's afraid of Rene Sadi. He's afraid of Mbanga. If he's afraid of Betty Asombo. He's afraid. So that's why they don't want to commit. What we do can force Cameroon to commit. If there's no pressure, okay, for a dictator to act, there has to be enormous pressure. We have that power to dictate what happens, to determine what happens. We have the power. It's up to what we do on the ground. It's up to what we do on the ground. Let me warn the Ambazonian people as we wrap up. If you sit and wait, somebody's going to come and take your furniture. If you sit and wait, you lose, even when you have won. You sit and wait, somebody is going to come and claim your victory from you, and then determine the outcome. Don't sit and wait. It's up to you. It's up to all of us. Absolute best in tilting the international community to a transparent process. The Ambazonia Governing Council is doing its absolute best to put systems and processes in place. It requires your commitment. It requires contribution, payment of liberation tax. Have you paid your liberation tax? You want freedom. How much have you invested in your freedom? You want a better future. How much have you invested? You want things, you want to see progress. You want to see results. What's your level of commitment to that result, to that progress, to that freedom? This is what is required of you. As the leader has said, be the investor in your own liberty, in your own freedom, so that you can own the outcome. You've done well. You've defeated Cameroon. You've delivered a strategic defeat to Cameroon. Now Mr. Biya doesn't know what to do. The state of Cameroon doesn't know what to do. In their uncertainty, we must demonstrate power, authority, and clarity. In their weakness, we should demonstrate power as viable actors so that we provide diplomatic clarity, negotiations clarity, and clarity in the outcome we seek. This is my message to all of us. This is my message to you and to all of us. You all know where to reach me. You know what to do to contribute. You know where to contribute. You all have my number. Contact any official of the Ambazonia Governing Council. Say, hey, I want to contribute for the Legal Defense Fund. I want to contribute for the lobby. I want to contribute for humanitarian. I want to contribute directly to the forces. How do I do that? We'll talk again on Wednesday. Happy Country Sunday.
The money was taken from someone's phone. School fees. A student of Landmark University. The parents had sent had momoed his fees. At Semil, 300,000 was withdrawn. And you expect people to sit quiet. We have recovered monies from Semil. 300,000 francs. In fact, the governor, the procurator were all aware. Was even the governor would ask that the man of Semil should leave the security meeting and go back to his office and ensure that that money is produced. The money was taken from someone's phone. School fees. A student of Landmark University. The parents had sent had momoed his fees. At Semil, 300,000 was withdrawn. And you expect people to sit quiet. Okay, we managed to recover the money and stayed quiet. We did not go to the press. We did not show the identity of the perpetrators. But I can tell you, I was there myself and got the money, Semil. And it's not the first time. As I'm talking, the same Semil has another matter that the Procurator General, who is so inundated with cases from Semil, send that matter to Legion for investigation. Semil has a mandate to deal with military morale and nothing to do with civilians. In fact, if a civilian is caught in an offense, whatever, you send to the competent body for investigation. They don't have the capacity to deal with civilians. They don't have that capacity. But now and then, everywhere, Semil. It's shocking that even some lawyers go and report civil matters to Semil because they are looking for short form of justice. A short form of justice is intimidation. I will detain you. I will use a machete and beat you, and you will produce the money. But at the same time, you are not even working for the state because the money you take, you put in your pocket. Why is it only perpetrated in this part of the country? I go to Yaoundé and Douala, I don't see these things happening. What have we done to deserve all of this? How do we encourage the conflict when every day injustice is perpetrated on the youth? Of course, they cannot come to me because they know me, but many others are suffering on daily basis.
Not be treating another Anglophone. It's not even a matter of Anglophone, Francophone. You don't treat Cameroonians like that. Somebody has 321,000 in his phone. You withdraw 370,000 and abandon him in Douala. I had to be called to leave Boya to come and fight for them. Is that normal? It's not normal. We have to stop this. You are disgracing this country. You are disgracing the head of state. We cannot accept this.
les lois et les règlements. Lorsque l'autorité a pris une décision, chacun d'entre vous a pris acte de la note préfectorale.
Naturellement.
Le message est clair et je ne veux pas être long. Il n'y aura pas de réunion au siège du MSC ce jour. Il va vous recevoir là où il est hébergé. C'est ce qu'on vous a dit. Ça, on le fait. Je suis même déjà devant le siège. Je vais communiquer vos...
Vous avez suivi? On nous demande de partir. Hein?
Donc, comme je l'ai dit, c'est le journal qui a fait il n'y a pas de négociation dans ce message. Il n'y a pas d'interprétation. Le leader politique va vous recevoir là où il est hébergé. Voilà ce que l'autorité administrative a décidé. Donc, si on ne vous a pas dit, le message est clair parce qu'on sait que beaucoup n'ont pas eu la bonne information. C'est normal. Mais comme vous êtes déjà là, le message est clair. Il n'y aura pas de réunion ici. Donc, je pense...
Nga kofa ga no yiri Nana mo Magane mo Mama te yiri mangya Makawe yira we Nana mo Magane mo Mama te bina bo Makawe bina mambo Maganimo, Mama Tira Mania, Makawe Yirawe, Manamo, Mabiranimo, Pango, Mama Tabina Binibo, Makawe Bina Mambo. Ah, Lord, you've come through for me. Mama te yire mangya makawe yirawe Mana mafanga Mogani mo Mama te bina bo makawe bina Awuna makagona Magona nara wukwa Yahweh gane wanu wafakanigon Babra chima chamabo Awuna makagona Magona sawakwa Yahweh gane wanu wafakanigon Babra chima chamabo A bonga think tatao Ma penawe Upon a finger's eye, oh, nothing away. Manamo, Malanimo, Mama te yira mangya, Makawe yira away. Manamo, Malanimo, Mama te bina bo. Makawa bina mamwe Awuna makazanga Mapome nyanga sawakwa Yawe gane wanu wafakana zanga Mabirichi mutamabo Awuna makazanga Mapome nyanga narawupi Yawe gane wanu wafakana zanga Mabirichi mutamabo Awuna makazanga Mazana would be Yahweh gane wana wafakana zinga Mabirichi mutamabo king ganumi. Where woman, Babaki, Mutamune. We are the one woman. Babaki, Mutamune. Woman, I want you to leave. I was in a winning pool with a Zomana. My banana. But you can't sing him a bird upon the chin. You can't sing him a bird upon the chin. Come your cover the sang the bird upon the chin. Manamo, Mawalanimo, Mamma Tir Mamma, Makawa year away. Manamo, Manamo, Maganimo, Mama te bina bo, Makawa bina mango. A bong of think the cow, my pen away. A bong of think the cow, my pen away.
Ambazonia will be offered to you tomorrow. Will you be ready? Will you be ready for governance? Do you have the institutions and expertise in terms of human capacity and state institutions to transform that space into one where our children can say we fought a good fight? The reason why we are here is not simply because we want to create an alternative platform or pull our resources together. It's because we reject fraud. I don't know why you fight. I know all of us say we fight for independence, and I always remind you, independence is an abstract political construct. You fight for that abstract political construct, not as an objective. There are the micro issues within that political construct that you fight for. The right as a woman to have equal rights within your own country, to have opportunity in terms of education, to have a good health system that can take care of the weak and the sick, stop a woman dying every minute and giving birth. Those are the real issues we fight for. We fight for transparency. I invite every one of you to reject fraud. Reject it from the depth of your heart, and no matter what the opponent, the violent minority tells you, Ambazonia will be up. I told you before, when the time comes, they will come to us. And I remind you, I know my national security advisor always reminds me I shouldn't utter certain words, but I say them so you don't forget. Because I know they are trying to take me down. But even if I'm not around, don't forget. You don't owe them child support. Don't forget the crimes they've committed against us. We, this generation, will defeat Cameroon in battle. They said they could fight. They said they had trained bees. They had United States provided tanks and warplanes. We want them to fight. We invite them to fight. We invite them to fight. Where them they? Where them they? Watana wata. Ambazonians, don't be fooled. They fooled us before, not this generation. This is the never again generation that has decided to write the last chapter of its own history, to pen down the story of General Ivo, the bravery of our patriots who fought in trenches with den guns. The stakes are high. Negotiations is not to give you freedom. It's to maintain the status quo. To maintain stability for international exploitation and conspiracy against our own humanity. They aren't coming to talk for the liberation of our detainees, our prisoners of war. They come like Trojan horses with bayonets to murder our patriots volunteers. My fellow people, the kind of country we want to leave to the next generation is one where people find peace and happiness and hope. Where people can laugh, even in poverty. They can transform their own society to reflect the kind of society they want to build. We want to build a country where he can walk in and feel at home. Where she can walk in and feel at home. We want to build a country where if you are a hairdresser, you take pride in creating beauty. If you are a farmer, you are happy producing cassava, being able to turn it into gari and find the market 6,000 kilometers away. We want to build a country where we can have a curriculum of education that empowers our people to capture the creative energy of sunlight and power every home. We want to make sure you can capture the rain of the rainy season and make sure you can still eat fresh fruit in the dry season. We want to build a country where you can find peace, you can unite your body and your soul and have hope even in poverty. We want to build a country for all of you. So when your final days shall come and you bequeath to the next generation something better than was given to you. That's why you've taken time off to come to this hall today. You're the finest, you are the bravest, you are the warriors of our war of independence. Don't let anyone fool you. I stand between you and your colonizers. And I'll make sure you're going to have your freedom. Freedom is a universal currency. It's valid through time and space. And as a human being, you should take pride in it. I thank you for your sacrifices, for your dedication. I thank you for the investment you've made in the last years, for having hope in this leadership. You are the grassroots. You must have taken note, as he said, you are the vanguard of our revolution. If you look through this hall, we have Ambazonians, professors and doctors in South Africa. You will find very few of them around. You will decide who will govern you. All those in exile must think like entrepreneurs, opportunity creators, for those battling in the bushes, for those fighting on a daily basis. I ask all of you to recommit. In the next few months, we can write Cameroon's obituary in our homeland. Thank you, fellow Ambazonians. Thank you, South Africans, for coming here tonight. God bless you all, and God protect Ambazonia.
The CIC.
We've come here to tell the United Nations that the land they mortgaged to Cameroon will be recaptured by the brilliant people of Ambazonia.
Right. Yes.
That the complicity they had with the United Kingdom will be dampened. That your spirit, the indomitable spirit that has led you from your homes right here to this plaza, will not be extinguished by the banality of evil installed in our homeland. That the spirit that has awakened from the dusty street of Mutangana to the alleys of Bamenda will not be squashed by the brutality of Cameroon, the complicity of the United Nations, and the utter silence of the United Kingdom. For the blood of our people spilled for those who've gone before us. We stand like valiant soldiers to lay our lives to ensure that their blood wasn't spilled in vain. That they didn't die in vain. That the mothers who scream for their daughters, the fathers who are unsure where their kids are detained, wouldn't mourn in vain. I have come here as a soldier of the revolution. I have come here to assure you that this is just the first step to internationalize our struggle, to make the international community understand our pain, the pain of the mothers, the yearning of the fathers, and the doubts plastered on the faces of our kids, that the land, the 43 square meter land that we own, will not be mortgaged, will not be taken by any other country. That we are ready, that we will fight block by block, neighborhood by neighborhood, until the day, as the last speaker said, we will be able to install a government in Boya, a government for the Ambazonians, a government by the Ambazonians, that is going to speak for us, fight for us, make treaties for us. We are not going to allow an alien dominating power from Yaoundé to decide our future, decide the curriculum of our education, decide which language we speak in our courts. And if the lawyer said no, right from here in New York, we send a message to Yaoundé that we are ready for the gendarmes, the big, and all the evil spirits that have been installed in our homeland. That we will give our life for a free Ambazonia. That if this country was built on the blood of people from distant places, we are ready as soldiers of the revolution to make sure that one day, just one day, we have a homeland to call our own. A place to dwell in peace. A place where we as a people can decide our destiny. You've just got started. It's a long journey. Liberation is not a walk in the park. And I want you to be ready. Do not believe soothsayers who say you are just going to have it on a platter of gold. It's going to be a hard struggle. But the footprints you leave here today will be followed by those after us. They will know we were here. They will know we fought for them. They will know we died for them. They will know we still have power. And so they will use the same rope map to be able to inhabit a free country. If that's the only thing we can give our children, let's do it for Mother Ambazonia. I want to thank your leadership. I want to thank all those who've made it possible for me to be here. Together as a people, we will fight together, go to jail together, so one day we may be free together. Come on.
Welcome to ACN.